Hi students, welcome back to the next video. In the previous videos, we discussed about properties of the images formed by plane mirrors. Even before that, we had a discussion related to the laws of reflection of light. Okay, how the reflection principle is applicable to plane mirrors and curved mirrors we discussed. And after that, the last class is properties of the images formed by plane mirrors. Now in this video we'll be discussing about what are spherical mirrors or curved mirrors. Okay, which type of mirrors are called as curved mirrors or spherical mirrors? What are the different types of spherical mirrors or curved mirrors? Let's see. Spherical mirrors or curved mirrors. The mirrors, okay, which are having a curved reflecting surface. The mirrors, no, we know about a plane mirror. Now this is a plane mirror, okay, which is having a flat reflecting surface. Now as you know very well, this is called as a coated surface and it is a reflecting surface. Now if this surface is bent or curved, either it is inwards, if the reflecting surface is bent either inwards or either outwards. So these are generally called as a curved mirrors or spherical mirrors. The mirrors which are having a curved reflecting surface, whether the reflecting surface is bent inwards or outwards, whatever may be the case, then those type of mirrors are generally called as a curved mirrors. Curved mirrors, I will repeat again, curved mirrors are also called as spherical mirrors, which are having a, in which the reflecting surface is curved inwards or outwards, generally called as a curved mirrors. They are also called as a spherical mirrors. Okay. Now these curved mirrors or spherical mirrors are basically classified into two types. One is called as a concave mirror. One is called as a concave mirror. Next is called as a convex mirror. Later we'll be discussing about a convex mirror. Initially, what is a concave mirror? Okay. The mirrors in which, the curved mirrors in which, or the spherical mirrors in which the reflecting surface is bent inwards or curved inwards. If the reflecting surface is inwards, now this is a plane mirror, you know, this is a plane mirror. So in this there is no any curvature, either it is bent inwards or outwards. Do not bend any inwards or outwards, only flat surface. It is a plane mirror. Now in case of this is a curved mirror, if the reflecting surface of the mirror is bent inwards, it is generally called as a concave mirror. So concave mirror is a mirror in which, it is a type of curved mirror or spherical mirror in which the reflecting surface is bent inwards, is called as a concave mirror. Understood? Okay. Now in this case, this is what called as a coated surface and it is a reflecting surface. Okay, so we used to come across these concave mirrors. Okay, these concave mirrors are commonly used by dentists. Most commonly used to come across dentists, and these are also used as a shaving mirrors. You can see the display of the examples on the screen. Okay, so these are commonly used by the dentists, and these are also used as a shaving mirrors. Okay, and these are also used as a reflecting mirrors in car headlights. They are used as a reflecting mirrors in car headlights, most commonly used. Okay, in these are the applications. One is by dentists, next is a shaving mirrors, and even the as a reflecting mirrors in a car headlights. So concave mirror is a type of curved mirror or spherical mirror which is having a reflecting surface in which the reflecting surface is bent inwards, is generally called as a concave mirror. Now we'll be talking about what is the meaning of, and later I will be discussing about the properties of the image formed by concave mirrors also. Next, what is the meaning of a convex mirror? Convex mirror. Convex mirror is a mirror in which the mirrors in which the reflecting surface is bent outwards. Okay, the reflecting surface is outwards, bulged out. This is what a reflecting surface here. This is a coated surface. If the reflecting surface of the mirror is bent outwards, it is what called as a convex mirror. Now, this is a coated surface in this, and it is a reflecting surface. If the reflecting surface is bent outwards, it is generally called as a convex mirror. These convex mirrors are more prominently used as a rear view mirrors. Okay, in automobiles. In bikes, in cars, in lorries, in buses, वगैरह, the side view mirrors will be there, na? So those are generally called convex mirrors. Those are convex mirrors. They are used as rear view mirrors, and these are also used in shopping malls. Okay, now we are having a provision of CC cameras. Okay, now next, these are also used in at a junction of roads, at junctions, at curvature points. Okay, whenever you take U-turn, at a U-turn, they used to keep this, what you can say, convex mirrors. So these are used in shopping malls. These are used as security mirrors. Okay, these are used as rear view mirrors in automobiles, and so other applications might be there. So this is about a convex mirror. Now, concave mirror, convex mirror. Now, sir, what are the properties of the images formed by concave mirror and as well as a convex mirror? So now listen. Now, concave mirror. So as I told you already, concave mirror is a type of mirror in which the reflecting surface is bent inwards. If the reflecting surface is bent inwards, generally called as a concave mirror. So what are the properties? These concave mirrors are also called as converging mirrors. These are also called as a converging mirrors. Why we are calling as a converging mirrors? Because if you incident a light ray, or you guess a plane mirror, if you incident a light ray like this with an angle of 90 degrees, it is going to bounce back in the same direction. Okay, so this is incident ray if you take, and it is a reflecting ray, and the angle of incident ray here is 90 degrees, reflected ray angle is also 90 degrees. If at all, if you incident a light ray like this, which is an angle, and it is a reflected ray, you know, well, this is a normal line. And here normal will be in the same plane. Normal line angle is 90 degrees, incident ray angle is 90 degrees, reflected ray angle is also 90 degrees. But in case of this is incident ray, for example, this angle is 45 degrees, and this is reflected ray, this angle is 45 degrees. Okay, this is incident ray, this is reflected ray. This is reflected ray. So, in case of plane mirrors, the reflected light rays are not going to converge here. Okay, this is incident ray, reflected ray. But in case of a concave mirror, if you incident a light ray like this is incident ray, and is going to reflect like this, and this is incident ray, and this is reflected ray. If you observe, the reflected light rays are going to meet at one particular point. Okay, so this is incident ray. If I take I1, this is reflected ray R1, this is I2, this is R2. The reflected rays are going to meet at one particular point. At this particular point, the light rays are going to, reflected light rays are going to converge. So they are going to converge, they are going to meet at one particular point. Hence, concave mirrors are also called as a converging mirrors. Converge means come close, unite, come close to each other like that. They are going to meet at one particular point. Hence, the concave mirrors are also called as a converging mirrors. Whereas plane mirrors cannot be called as a converging mirrors. Understood? So, concave mirror is a mirror in which the reflecting surface is bent inwards, generally called concave mirror. Okay, concave mirror is also called as converging mirror because after reflection, the reflected light rays are going to converge at one particular point. Hence, they are also called as a converging mirrors. Now, if I talk about the properties, of images formed by concave mirrors. Okay, properties of the images formed by concave mirrors. Now, properties. Images. Okay, properties of images are formed by concave mirrors. So, concave mirrors forms virtual and real images. They will be forming both virtual and as well as a real images. They will form both virtual and as well as real images. Sir, what is the meaning of virtual image? What is the meaning of real image? Understood. So, to understand this, this is a plane mirror. If you stand in front of this plane mirror at a certain distance, 10 meters you consider, the image is formed in the mirror at a distance of 10 meter only inside the mirror. The distance of the object from here to here, that is you from mirror to you, is equal to distance of the image so formed from the mirror to the image of yours in the mirror is the same. So the your image will be in the mirror only. Hence here the image so formed by the plane mirror is a virtual image. Your image after reflection of the light rays, your image cannot be formed in front of the mirror or outside the mirror. It is in the mirror. So if the image is inside the mirror, formed is inside the mirror, there is a virtual image. If it is in front of the mirror, if it is formed on the screen, it is generally called as a real image. So whereas a concave mirror can able to form both virtual and as well as a real images. Sir, in what conditions it forms the virtual image, in what conditions it forms the real image, that will be discussing when we are practicing the ray diagrams. Okay, so in that I will explain how it is formed. Next, so concave mirror can able to form enlarged or diminished or point size images. It may form enlarged, means nothing but magnified. Enlarged or diminished or point size images. Understood? Or and next it can able to form inverted or erect images. Inverted images, most of the time inverted images only. In only one case we are having erect image formation, that we will be discussing. Okay, so properties of the image formed by the concave mirror will be, the images may be virtual or real images. As I already told, what is the meaning of virtual image? And real image means the image can be caught on the screen. The image, if the image is in front of the image formed is in front of the mirror, then that is called as a real image. The image is formed within the mirror, then generally called as a virtual image. Now, for example, this is a concave mirror at the reflecting surface. If the image is formed, if I am standing here, the image is formed opposite in front of the mirror. Here, if the image is formed, then it is a real image. The image is formed inside the mirror, it is a virtual image. So it can able to form even enlarged or magnified, diminished and point size images. Understood? And image so formed by the concave mirror may be inverted or erect images. In most of the cases, we will see inverted images only. In only one case, we are going to see erect images. Understood? Okay. And magnification, all those things that we'll be discussing in the coming videos. Okay. Next one is a convex mirror. So another type of a spherical mirror or a curved mirror is only one more is what called as a convex mirror. What is a convex mirror? Convex, next type of mirror is a next type of mirror which we are going to discuss is a convex mirror. It is a type of curved mirror in which the reflecting surface is bent outwards, bulged out. If the reflecting surface is bulged out, this is a reflecting surface, this is a coated surface. And if the reflecting surface is bulged outwards, bent outwards, then this is a reflecting surface. and this is the coated surface. It is what called as a convex mirror. Okay, the reflecting surface is bent outwards, generally called as a bulged out, generally called as a convex mirror. Now, convex mirror can also be called as a diverging mirror. Diverging mirror, because after reflection, this is incident ray and this is a reflected ray. So, this is incident ray if I take I, and this is a reflected ray. The reflected ray will move away from, it is diverging, going in some other direction here. So, this is incident ray, this is reflected ray. It is going in some other direction, it is not meeting at one particular. Now, if I take one more ray, incident ray, this is going to diverge like this. It is going to reflect back like this in this direction. This is in this direction. So, in case of concave, we saw both the reflected light rays are going to meet at one particular common point. Now, in this case, in case of convex mirror, reflected light rays are going to diverge in some other direction they are going. So, this is first incident ray, reflected ray, and this is second incident ray, this is second reflected ray. Okay, so these rays are going to be away from each other. They are not meeting at one particular common point. Hence, convex mirror is also called as a diverging mirror. Understood? Next, now, if I talk about where do we use these convex mirrors? Convex mirrors are mostly used, and these are generally used in shopping malls, okay, and at junction roads, okay, at the curved points on the roads. So generally the convex mirrors are used. These convex mirrors are also used as a rear view mirrors in automobiles. Now if you take the bike, in the bike or in car and some other automobiles, you used to see the side view mirrors. These side view mirrors, okay, are convex mirrors. Understood? And these are also used in shopping malls, as I told already. Diminished erect images. Next is image will be always diminished or point size images. Understood? Okay, they always forms diminished or point size images. So these are the main properties of mean, very very important. Some might be there, but these are the main properties of the image formed by convex mirrors which you have to remember. Okay, I hope you all understood what is a concave mirror, what is a convex mirror, and properties of the image formed by convex and concave mirrors. Now the next topic is real and virtual images. Okay, what is the meaning of a real image? Real image. Real image is a type of image which is so formed when the reflected light rays are going to converge. Now in case of plane mirror, to make you understand very clearly, I will go the comparison. This is a plane mirror, you know, and this is a convex mirror, you know, and this is a concave mirror, you know. If I incident light rays onto the reflecting surface of the plane mirror, if I incident light rays like this is incident ray and this is reflected ray. Okay. Now, if I incident the light ray like this with 90 degrees angle onto the reflecting surface of the plane mirror, it is going to reflect back in the same direction. Understood? Now, if I incident the light ray onto the reflecting surface of the convex mirror, and the reflected ray is going to diverge, you know that. Now, if I incident like this, it is going to diverge like this. Okay, if I incident the light ray onto the reflecting surface of the concave mirror, it is going to move in this direction, it is going to converge. And here one more ray, it is going to, this is incident ray, this is reflected ray. So, you tell me in which case. Now, if in this case, if I incident the light ray, one more ray, it is going to reflect back in this direction. So, I took, you forget about this ray, think about the two rays which I have drawn already onto the reflecting surface of all the three types of mirrors. In case of plane mirror, this is incident ray, this is reflected ray, you know, as usual, normal line will be perpendicular. Okay, and here also normal line will be perpendicular here. So, this is incident ray, reflected ray, incident ray, reflected ray. So, incident ray, reflected ray. Now, here if you take in case of convex mirror, this is incident ray. Okay, I1 you consider, this is reflected ray R1, this is incident ray I2, this is R2. So the reflected light rays are going to diverge here. So these are, in this case, they are taking some certain angles. Okay, and in case of concave reflecting surface of the concave mirror, the reflected light rays are going to converge at one particular point. So at this particular point, the image is formed. Understood? So real images are formed when the reflected light rays are going to converge. So among all these three types of mirrors, the real image is formed by which mirror? Concave mirror only. Not of either this, not of either this. Remember this. Okay. Your teachers might be asking few questions. Why? Real images are formed by always only concave mirrors. Why not convex and plane mirrors? Means because the concave mirror can able to converge the reflected light rays at one particular point. They are all the reflected light rays are going to converge, are going to meet at a particular point. Hence, it can able to form real images. Understood? Whereas this is not observed in case of plane and as well as a convex mirror. Now, one more point. First point is, I think you remember, okay, real images are the type of images which are so formed when the reflected light rays are going to converge. The real images, as the reflected light rays are going to converge in front of the mirror, so the image so formed, real image so will be formed on the screen. If you place one screen in front of this concave mirror, now this is a concave mirror. Okay. Now this is incident ray, this is reflected ray, incident ray, reflected ray. So it is going to be at a particular point here the image is formed. The image is formed in front of the mirror. That means if I keep my hand like this here, the image might be falling on my hand. Understood? On my fingers. Okay, if I keep one white paper here, the image might be falling on the mirror only. So on the screen only, the image might be will be falling on the screen only. So we can able to see the image formation on the screen here. So real images are always formed on the screen. They can be caught on the screen. First one is real images are formed when the reflected light rays. I will be writing all the points. Reflecting light rays. Light rays converges. If they converge, then only the real images are formed. Okay, next one is they can be caught on the screen. Caught on the screen. Okay, next the real image will be always inverted, means upside down. The real image will be always inverted. They never be erect images. Understood? So the real image will be always inverted. Inverted. They always forms real image or will be always inverted only. They never be erect. No, means if I place one candle in front of the mirror, concave mirror, okay, the real image is so formed. I told you already in front of the mirror, means on the screen. If the candle is like this and the image of the candle so formed on the screen will be inverted like this, means upside down. Real image will be always inverted. Understood? Okay. Now if I keep the some object in a reverse direction like this, you may find out the image in the erect direction like this. Understood? Now they will always form what inverted images only. Real images are always inverted. They never be erect. Understood? Next one, the real image may be diminished or enlarged, okay, or point size. Real images, and next point is real images will be diminished, means small, okay, than that of the object. They appear smaller in size than that of the object. Okay, they are diminished or enlarged or point size. Understood? They may be diminished images or maybe enlarged images or point size images. These real images are formed by which mirror I told? Only concave mirror. There is no chance for convex mirror and even the plane mirror. Is it clear? Okay. So this is what called about real images. Next one is virtual images. What is the meaning of a virtual image? Virtual image. Next one is first point in virtual image. Virtual images are the type of images which are so formed if the reflected light rays diverges. These are formed if the reflected light rays diverges. Now in case of plane mirror, plane mirror can able to form virtual images. But in case of curved mirrors, if I talk about curved mirrors, now, as usual, I already explained in previous video that plane mirrors will always form virtual images. Okay, they never form real images. Okay, so whereas a curved mirror is special case, this is no concave mirror, this is a convex mirror. This is incident ray and this is reflected ray, incident ray, and this is reflected. They are going to converge at one particular point. Okay, now in case of convex mirror, this is incident ray and this is reflected ray. This is incident ray, this is reflected ray. This is I1 if you consider this is R1 and this is I2 and this is R2. Now in case of convex mirror, the reflected light rays are going to diverge. Now if I extend back for these divergent reflected rays, they are going to appear such that they are coming from one particular point from the mirror, inside the mirror. Okay, so here the image is formed. So convex mirrors will form virtual images. Why? Because the reflected light rays, the light rays after reflection will diverge. Okay, so the divergent reflected rays can able to form only virtual images. So convex mirror can able to form virtual images, and even the plane mirrors also will form virtual images. Understood? Next, these virtual images are formed by plane mirror. Okay, when does this the next one is virtual images. So the images which cannot be caught on the screen, the images, what are virtual images? The images which cannot be, the images which can't be caught on the screen are called virtual images. Understood? These images, okay, are formed by plane mirrors. Okay, next, curved mirrors, nothing but both concave and convex mirrors. In convex mirror, always the image formed is virtual only, but in case of concave mirror, only in one case we see the virtual image. Understood? Next one is virtual image will be always erect. The images, virtual images will be always erect images. Okay, if the object is like this, image will be like this only. If the object is like this, image will be like this only. So they are not inverted. Virtual images will be always erect, and they are erect. And next, these are diminished or magnified or point size. Okay, they might be diminished or magnified or point sized images are formed. Understood? So these 4 points are you have to remember. And in case of convex, why convex mirror will always form virtual images means the convex mirror will diverge the reflected light rays. Hence, that is the reason. Okay, it forms always only virtual images. Now, this is a convex mirror. You know how the mirror is. Okay, diagram. This is a incident ray, reflected ray. Incident ray, reflected ray. This reflected ray, if I extend back forth, they are going to meet at one particular point inside the mirror. So it always forms, the reflected light rays are going to appear to be coming from the mirror. So they are meeting at one particular point inside the mirror only. Hence the image is formed within the mirror itself. Hence convex mirror will form always what images means virtual images. Convex mirror always forms virtual images. Okay, I hope you understood what is a real image, what is a virtual image, and we'll be discussing more okay topics related to this particular chapter, first chapter of 10th class physics, okay, in the coming videos. If you understand my explanation, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.